Howdy, lieutenants and economists.
The most volatile, evil, disgusting things on the planet, humans. If you have a video request, you can always go to assholeconsulting.com.
Yeah, I am gonna charge you, kids. And that is the importance of not fucking up.
You are such an asshole!
Banging out the videos here at assholeconsulting.com. If you have questions and you need America's older brother to answer it, because you don't have an older brother, or your older brother is like, you know, a millennial pansy ass who never got in a fight, and he himself is like, you know, majoring in women's studies and living at home, and shit, I don't want to become him. Talk to me, your digital older brother, at assholeconsulting.com. Hello, Aaron. Before I jump into my problem, I want to let you know I've been a long-time listener. Since at least 2014, you have been my personal Good Morning America pro. Good, I'm better than all those. I can't say it. However, that is beside the point because I still find myself writing in today. I graduated in high school in 2011 and started taking a few classes for web graphic design at community college. I quickly learned it was nothing more than overpriced online classes due to the fact that teachers would post the course projects in their entirety online. This effectively erased the whole point of showing up in person, well, not to mention paying them. If you had a computer, you didn't need to be there, so I dropped out and learned on my own. At this point in life, there weren't many options aside from work, retail, and save money, which I did for 4 years. During this time, my dad, the breadwinner, had a cardiac arrest and was in a coma for a month. This had a big impact on me and convinced me to start selling weed. All right, now, I'm no genius. Actually, I am. But that's a bad move. That was not what you should do. What else could a 20-year-old do to pay for a mortgage? Well, the question is, why did your dad not have insurance? Why is this your responsibility? I know you love your dad. This is just a question for you to consider down the road. What responsibility is it of you to pay for that mortgage? Your dad signed the contract. Especially nowadays, you millennials, just as Gen Xers, you've got to realize you are not legally the same as your parents. And that's important because most parents are fuck-ups. Most parents are financial liabilities. Right? That's not you. That is not you. Right? You have to separate that. So, because you will ruin your life. Around 2014, so I spent the next few years working retail during the day and selling weed all night. Around 2014, I could see the shit writing on the shit walls and knew I needed to make a huge change in my life. Good, I'm glad you didn't get busted. I saved up a shitload of money, $10,000 a shitload to me. That's good, dude. No, that's a shitload. And learned that an old elementary school friend was in need of a roommate for her senior year at college, 3 states away. I did the math, and I could live away from the hellhole I created for just $350 a month. All my roommates were artsy flim majors, so they didn't have a fucking clue what advertising or marketing were, so I easily bullshitted my way into their productions. Okay, artistic productions. At the end of the year, I took this experience back to my hometown and got a job as a social media manager and photographer at a remodeling company. I still worked a night shift 3 days a week, but I was so happy to be getting paid to do something that I love. A little over half a year from starting that gig, I got a job with a local photographer and was paid $15,000 over the course of a year to learn digital imaging. Fuck you, community college. I also turned the remodeling company into a 5-figure client, and as a team, we do all their marketing. It sounds like a success story, but in 2017 has been going downhill fast. All the work dried up in the photography gig, aside from the remodeling company. I'm trying to figure out what to do next. I still live at home, and I'm amassing an arsenal of photo gear. My savings is down. Well, after amassing an arsenal of photo gear, my savings is down to the last 1,000. So I am trying to decide between going full-time as a freelance photographer or web designer or going to a tech boot camp that will place me in a corporation as an automaton tester. The friend that suggested the boot camp is making 6 figures, but he is also kissing a lot of ass. Through photography, I've started to dabble in 3D imaging and photogrammetry, which coincidentally has some sort of tie to geospatial analysis. Geospatial analysis is coincidentally one of the few classes I earned an A in while in high school. So this is a field I've been blissfully unaware of that I feel I should investigate. I would love some input on what juice is going to be worth the squeeze moving forward. Half of me says stay the course, you already invested in photo gear. The other half says gear doesn't mean shit when you can't land gigs, but nothing good comes easy. Alright, here's the deal. Good things do come easy occasionally. You're a photographer. Nobody makes photography is not a real gig. Photography, it's not. It's not a real profession. I know there's some that make it, but for the vast majority of professional photographers, you work a real job that the real world wants you to do, and then maybe you get some wedding gigs or shit like that. You had a great run. You were very fortunate to make the life you did doing photography and this kind of stuff. But good things don't last forever. And I'm surprised it lasted that long, especially when it's in a bullshit field like photography. Right? So, problem you're facing now, you have all this gear. I don't know why you bought up all the gear, maybe because you thought of it. So you have it, you made the capital investment, and it's probably going to cost you nothing to put together a website, offer your photography skills, throw that line in the water, and hope you catch some fish. Right? But the only reason you're going to do this is because it's going to take very little time, something you could do on the side, as you go and become an adult, and go and pursue a career and a profession that is in demand in the real world. And there's one lined up right there for you by your buddy, where you become the testing automaton, the boot camp that he recommends, and he's making 6 figures. I am sorry, the real world sucks, all jobs suck, and if you want to make real money, you're going to have to go into a real field. And this, again, you should learn from your experiences in the past. You did make money doing photography. This isn't to say you shouldn't pursue these things. But as you're starting to find out, all of a sudden it's starting to dry up, the business is starting to dry up, it's not reliable, it's not steady, it's not stable. So what you should take from that is, yes, there is the opportunity, there is the chance. You had that taste, man. You had that taste where you were getting paid to do something you love. Keep pursuing that, especially now that you have all the gear, and it's not going to cost you that much. I mean, your time and maybe some hosting costs to go ahead and pursue that. But then you must also live in the real world where it's like, shit, yeah, that was, when I had dance classes and swing dancing was very popular, I was making $200 an hour. I knew that was going to go away. Thankfully, salsa came along, went back up to $200 an hour, and then that went away. Nothing good lasts forever. And the boring, shitty-ass jobs that no one wants to do, those last forever. And so if you're willing to do that, that's where the long-term, stable money comes in. So you're taking, again, the two-prong approach. You're going to do steady Eddie, boring shit programming boot camp. But that does not mean, and I do not want to deter you from pursuing your photography business and your web development and your entrepreneur. Whatever you can do to make that work, absolutely, go ahead and do it. Because if all of a sudden you're really good at it, and you'd rather be doing that than sitting there being an automaton tester. But yeah, you could do both. Simply because pursuing the photography business is not going to take that much. But unfortunately, if you want, you got $1,000 left. After all that, selling drugs illegally, hustling and all you have is $1,000 left. Where did that get you? Exactly. So, sorry, them is the ropes, and that is the real adult world, and it sucks. All right, so keep trying to hit your dreams, but invest more of your time and resources into the sure thing. Hope that helps out. We'll see you. Toodles.